Welcome to Art of the Drink. My name is Anthony Caparelli. I know I haven't made a video in a while, but I was walking home yesterday and I passed an advertisement for non-alcoholic vodka. And I thought to myself, there's probably at least a handful of viewers out there that aren't sure how to use non-alcoholic vodka in a drink. So I figured I would go ahead and put together a quick video and show you guys how to make the most common vodka drink, at least that I encountered when I was tending bar in sort of high-end clubs and lounges, places that I think are going to sell a lot of non-alcoholic vodka. And this is the vodka and soda with a splash of cranberry juice. But of course I'm just going to mess with it a little bit and kick it up and make it a little bit more of a craft drink. So we're going to build this drink in our mixing glass. And most of you know by now that I like to start by filling my mixing glass halfway with ice, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And because we're using non-alcoholic vodka, I'm going to go ahead and use non-frozen ice. So just about halfway up in our mixing glass. And to this I'm going to add 2 ounces of non-alcoholic vodka, and I'm going to use a jigger so we get a good clean measurement here. And jiggers are a little bit tricky. The key is to fill them all the way to the top, and it's a little hard to do that without spilling. So I'm going to show you a little trick. What I like to do is hold it between my index and middle fingers, nice and flat. Fill that all the way to the top with, and this is a 2-ounce jigger, so 2 ounces of non-alcoholic vodka. Right to the top. And so what I like to do is rest my pinky against the glass and just go palm down to palm up, and you get a nice clean pour, usually without spilling too much in there. So now I'm going to add my seltzer water, and again in keeping with sort of the theme of this drink, I'm going to use non-carbonated seltzer water, and I want to use 4 ounces of non-carbonated seltzer water. And again, so that'll be 2 of these 2-ounce jiggers. Same thing I did before, right to the top, and palm down, palm up, that's 2, and then 2 more to make it 4, and palm down to palm up. And now I need to stir this drink, and I like to tell my students that bar spoons have 2 functional ends, the bowl end, which we use for scooping and measuring and layering, and the handle end, which I like to use for stirring. It tends to not get caught up in the ice quite as much as the bowl end. With the non-frozen ice, it's not quite as big a problem. But so go ahead and hold the bar spoon like a pencil, and you need to keep it both ends really, really clean if you're going to do this. I try and only hold it in the middle. With the handle side down, take that handle, run it right down almost to the bottom of the glass, and then keeping it in contact with the glass, just run it around the side. And you can see very, very little wrist movement here. Bartenders have to do this for 10 or 12 hours at a shift, and just stir, 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 and mix that up. I usually tell folks I'm not a big fan of the term mixologist for a number of reasons, but the main one is that I don't think we do a lot of mixing in this business. You put 2 liquids in a glass and they mix. Gravity does that for you. Normally we control dilution and temperature, but with this drink, most of what I'm doing here is mixing. And if you think about it, the non-alcoholic vodka is about 100% water, and the non-frozen ice is also about 100% water, and the non-carbonated seltzer is actually 100% water. So this drink, if you do the math, is about 300% water. So they say you're supposed to drink 3 glasses of water a day. With these, I guess you could probably get away with maybe 3 of these. We'll take care of it, unless obviously if you're under 21. This is not a recipe for someone under 21. None of the Art of Drink recipes are. Or obviously if you're driving, 3 of these while you're driving, especially if you're on a road trip and you have to get somewhere on time, you will have to make a pit stop. It's going to mess with your arrival time pretty badly. So, okay, there we go. Nicely stirred. And we always want to serve these drinks over fresh ice. I don't want to use the ice that I use to make the drink for service. So I'm going to pick a nice tall glass to serve this in, and just like I did before, about halfway with non-frozen ice. And to strain this drink, most of you are familiar probably with what we call a Hawthorne or spring strainer. This is actually designed to be used in a mixing tin. Works really well, fits right in there, and gives you some nice control. But it doesn't work quite as well in the mixing glass. So we use a julep strainer, and this is actually what Mr. Hawthorne based his design on. He flattened it out, put a spring on it, but this works really, really well in a mixing glass, and super simple to use. Just go ahead and put it gently in the glass, and if you push down on the handle, it will lock into place, and you can go ahead and strain this drink into your service glass over the fresh, non-frozen ice. There you go. And I told you I was going to craft this up a little bit. Instead of the cranberry juice, I'm actually going to use orange blossom water. A lot of times this drink is served with citrus, a little lemon or a little lime, and I thought the orange blossom water would be sort of a nice twist on this. And again, in keeping with the spirit of this drink, we're going to use non-flavored orange blossom water. And the key here is restraint. You don't want to use too much, just a few drops over the top. So just, you can see I'm just going to do just a few drops of this non-flavored orange blossom water right over the top. And there you go. That is our non-alcoholic vodka with non-frozen ice, non-carbonated seltzer, and non-flavored orange blossom water. Hope this is helpful. Folks, thanks so much for watching. Salud.